Sivorot, owner of Work It Out Fitness, but you're out of the Westshore warehouse now, right?
Yeah. We just changed in January.
Okay. And this is the gym. I don't know if I'm picking this up. Oh, there we go. Let's take a quick view.
Welcome to our new space.
So what can you tell me about this gym? What are some of the upgrades that you've made to this space?
The upgrades? Well, it's laid out a little bit more efficiently for us. We've got more just space to put people in because it's wider. The other space we were in was narrow and long. So we've got more space for squat racks. This is actually divided into two spaces. So what you're looking at right now is one half of the space. So this is where we usually do classes in, and then the other space on the other side we do personal training. So when we were in the other studio, we did personal training and classes in the same space, which did get pretty overwhelming and loud. So, yeah.
How many kettlebells do you have?
I don't know. I should probably count.
There's that many.
There's that many.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, I keep buying some every once in a while. So, yeah.
And we just wrapped up your first in-house at this location.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it a success or what?
Yeah, it was really good. It went really well. I always love throwing these. What do you think? Was it successful?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think we could do more formalities at the beginning.
Okay, yeah, totally.
I think it's probably you're just like shy and nervous and maybe.
Well, I just want people to come here and lift. So
You're like, okay, it's 11 o'clock, let's lift.
Let's go. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's probably the same way I would run it.
Yeah.
And you were collecting donations, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were.
Okay, for what?
We were collecting donations for Victoria Sexual Assault Center. So one of my clients that comes here, she does a lot of work with that, with the center. So she put on 5 different events throughout the city in this month, and we were one that wanted to participate and help support her cause.
Sweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. You haven't counted up all the money yet,
No,
right?
we have not counted up all the money.
You skim off, what, 15% off
Totally.
the top, right?
And then I buy some more kettlebells.
It's got to go to toilet. It's got to go to toilet paper.
Totally.
The toilet paper fund. Actually, that was one thing I noticed about this gym is that a lot of times when you go to gyms, especially ones that are out of warehouses, the bathrooms are kind of subhuman level.
That was a big thing for us, was having nice and clean bathrooms.
Yeah, it's...
So it was the first thing to get painted when we got in here.
If there's one reason to come to Westshore Warehouse, it's the shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, so to the real point of this interview. So you recently went to and returned from the World Kettlebell Lifting Championship in California. Through Ket Academy, WAKSC.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about your journey there. What were your first impressions arriving at the location?
Super welcoming and positive space. It's huge space. I'm not sure if you've ever been to Innovative Results.
It looks huge.
Yeah, it's a big space. There was enough for 10 platforms. So 10 lifters at once, which I've never been in a competition that's had that many lifters up at the same time. So it was a pretty exciting event. A few world records set. There was 9 women lifting the double 24s and the 2-arm long cycle. So that was a really exciting flight to watch. Yeah, it was great. A great atmosphere. Everybody was cheering each other on, and it was packed. Yeah.
And the thing you're leaving out was the accolades that you received
at
the competition, which were nothing short of impressive. Why don't you tell us what you achieved there?
Okay, so this was my first time competing in a triathlon. So I did 2-arm jerk with the 16s on the Friday, and then snatch on the Saturday, and then 2-arm long cycle with the 16s on the Sunday, and then they tallied up all your results from that, and there was an overall lifter within that amateur event. They did the same thing with the 24s for women as well, and then they had an amateur and a pro for men.
And the point system was what, 0.5 for snatch, 1 for jerk, and then 1.5 for long cycle?
I can't. You know what? I kind of think that snatch went as 1, or as I think it might have been. I think it might have been a total. I can't remember. They didn't really explain it or announce anything more than.
It was a little impromptu. It was kind of announced pretty late into.
They might have, and I might have missed it.
Okay.
But
from what I read, I believe it's a 0.5 difference between all three lifts
because the snatch
jerk is 1 movement, long cycle is 2 movements, so that's got to be at least half a point above, and then.
Could have been. They only just announced what the overall winner was.
Right.
But because I was kind of rooting for it. Adam went up and asked who was second place, or what the totals were, and so I came in second. So that was pretty exciting. second in jerk and second in long cycle, and then first in snatch, and then my overall total was,
How do you feel about first in snatch? Because I know that you maybe beat yourself up over your snatch and you kind of go back and forth between techniques, and you're never really that sure about.
I'm leaving with a first place in snatch. I did not feel satisfied because I always go for a rep number.
Okay.
And honestly, I've just probably, I would say 6 to 8 months, have just not really been seriously training snatch. I'm training it here and there, but I've been focusing on the 2-arm long cycle since about November-ish? No, before that. September was my first competition. So it's kind of been in the background. So although I got first place, I wasn't happy with my rep count. So there's always gains to be made, right? Like, So I was satisfied with both the jerk and the long cycle because those are still both fairly new lifts for me. And I've been training them hard, and it showed. And then the result of my snatch kind of shows the lack of training in that part.
They're really different movements, different mechanics, and it's hard to excel at both at one time. I think you really have to. Actually, Rachel posed this question to me quite some time ago, where we were checking out some of the flights for I think the West Coast kettlebell competition, maybe the first time that we went there, and we were kind of surprised, or she was kind of surprised, that some of the ice chamber girls were lifting a little bit light that competition or other competitions, maybe in Victoria. And she was like, they lift like 24 kgs. Why are they, why is Sarah or whomever lifting the 16 or the 20? And I think a lot of that boils down to, it's like, well, periodization, right? You can't just lift your max competition weight all the time.
Every time, totally. And expect a PR all the time.
And of course, if you're doing all the different events. So, but since you came back with first in the snatch, does that light a little bit of a fire under your butt, or do you want to pursue snatch a little bit?
Yes. So because even though, like, not even with the medal, I kind of just walked away disappointed in myself. So it's just highlighting the fact that I need to work on it more. And to do that, I need to kind of start pushing myself harder and lifting some heavier weight, because I've been lifting the 16 for a long time. So today I lifted the 18, and then in April at OKC I'm going to do the 20. And again, with that thought in mind of, I'm not going to PR every time on the platform, but it's just like that stepping stone. So competing with the 20, not expecting an excellent result, but knowing it's like the next step that I need to take to get better.
What was I going to say? Pause.
No.
It was in my brain, and then I was thinking about the microphone. I'm like, hold on, I'm not picking up this wind. I have a dead rabbit that I can put on this thing. I just didn't grab it.
Dead rabbit.
Okay, now I remember. All right. Okay. So what makes you, do you think, a good kettlebell coach?
What makes me
and all these things that we've talked about.
Kettlebell coach.
All that. Okay, I'll put it to you from this context. Someone who's naturally gifted is probably not going to be a good teacher because they never had to experience struggle in order to achieve that greatness, right? So there's very limited technical points that you can get from someone who's just naturally gifted that way. There's nothing they really had to fix. They had it from the start. So
you're saying I sucked at the beginning, and that.
Well, I didn't want to put it in quite those words.
No, but no, honestly, I totally get what you're saying, and I have struggled quite a bit, and I've changed my technique quite a bit. I'm strong, and I came to kettlebells with that background of being strong. So it kind of carried me into heavier weights that maybe my technique wasn't quite ready for at that point. And that's why I've had to kind of stick with 16 kilogram for so long, is that my technique wasn't there to move up in weight. So as a coach, just helping to help others see that there is a process, and trusting that they aren't going to be PRing all the time, and sticking with the lighter weights and really drilling technique, and when they're ready they can move up to those heavier bells, and that technique's going to be there. It's not going to fall apart when they just move up 2 or 4 kilograms. And just the experience of not giving up, and not you have a bad set, or you don't feel like you're where you think you should be. I think that's a big thing for a lot of people, and just letting that go and just knowing that you're on your own journey and not to rush it. It takes a lot of time. Being patient. Why should people come here to learn kettlebells? Because kettlebells are awesome. Because it's a super welcoming and inclusive atmosphere, and it's fun. It's fun. We know what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.